Welcome. I'm Tania Aurora Whitecrow. I work as a shamanka, which is a Northern European term for a shamanic medicine woman. So I'm here to share some shamanic meditations, or a shamanic meditation today, and I'm going to be starting to share these more widely outside of the usual groups that I've shared them in, so that they are more accessible and hopefully supportive of these times. Those of you who aren't familiar with shamanic meditation, is that it's like a visual journey, inner journey that I facilitate and I guide you through. And I'm shown by what we could call the collective synergy of those who will watch these meditations. I'm taken on a journey by my teams that will be beneficial medicine for you whenever you're connecting with this. Okay, so if you get yourself in a comfortable place, either sitting or lying down. If you're sitting, reclined is better. This isn't like a sort of formal sort of Buddhist or chakra style meditation where your spine needs to be straight. This is really about getting into your intuitive sort of imagination, that sort of symbolic aspect of yourself. Okay, so when you're there, I'm going to switch off my video so neither of us are being distracted. Okay, so getting yourself comfortable, taking some deep breaths all the way into your stomach. Really deep belly breaths. Then all the way down into your feet. Until your whole body is breathing. And just allowing yourself to relax and settle into your body and that breathing, and just where you're sitting or lying, just feeling that holding you and just allowing yourself to sink more deeply into the ground that's beneath whatever you're sitting or lying on. Just feel yourself surrendering and just sinking in to the earth. And as you're connecting to your breathing and into that relaxing and surrendering to the earth, you start to feel her breath. And as her breath rises to meet your breath, you can feel the support of her breath coming up like this really beautiful, soft, almost like a fountain, the way that comes up and embraces you and holds you until your breath and her breath synchronize as one breath. And just allow yourself to be held in this space. And then bringing your breath back to your heart. I'm going to welcome in the 4 directions. In shamanism, we work with the 4, what we call the 4 directions. We welcome in the spirits of the north and the power of air. We welcome you. We thank you for coming and holding this space and keeping it sacred. We welcome in the spirits of the east and the power of fire. We welcome you. We thank you for coming and holding this space and keeping it sacred. Thank you. We welcome the spirits of the south and the power of water. We thank you for coming and holding this space and keeping it sacred. And we welcome the spirits of the west and the power of earth. We thank you for coming and holding this space and keeping it sacred. We welcome the spirits of above. We welcome the star nations, Father Sun, Father Sky. We welcome you. We thank you for coming and holding this space and keeping it sacred. And we welcome the spirits of below. We welcome Mother Earth, the elemental kingdoms, the trees, and the unseen. We welcome you and we thank you for coming and holding this space and keeping it sacred. And we welcome the spirits of the center. We welcome our hearts who connect us to the one heart, Creator. We welcome you. We thank you for bringing peace, harmony, and balance, and holding this space and keeping it sacred. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So taking a deep breath, just feeling the frequency now of that space around you, feeling yourself embraced by this breath created between you and Mother Earth. Feel yourself both grounded and held within that, so protected by the frequency of this space, held by the directions, the sacredness of that space, and also sense there's this grove of trees as well that come in and really not only protect the space but again help us to stay grounded within this shamanic journey today. Okay, so taking a deep breath, coming back to your heart, and breathing into your heart, bringing your awareness into your heart. You may, if it's in your practice, welcome your guides or your ancestors to support you. And we all have guides and ancestors looking after us or supporting us. Even if we're not aware of them, they're there. So if you feel inclined, ask them, invite them in, and they'll be there. So thanking them for coming. Taking deep breaths into your heart, just feeling yourself really relaxing into this space. You may start hearing birds, hearing a crow cawing, listening to that crow. And as you're listening to that crow, you start to look around you with your inner vision at where you are. And it's cold. Feel the air on your skin. Stood outside this old cottage at the edge of a village. It's just starting to get light. Can still hear the crow. Can feel the cold, but you're dressed up warmly. Feel how that smells when you breathe it in through your nostrils, and how the air, how your breath looks like smoke when you breathe out. And watching the light change on the horizon. And the land slopes away in sort of just ahead of you, and you can just see the fields out in front of you. You can see the mist hanging around through the long grasses in the fields. You can see as that early light comes in, makes it look very sort of mystical and mysterious, and you maybe even get the occasional glimmer as it catches the light. So you're stood here watching this very sort of beautiful misty morning. Still a long time before dawn, even though the light is changing. It's cold, but not frosty. And in the trees, there's trees next to the fields. You see something move, and then it looks at you, and you realize it's a deer. Female deer, a doe. She sees you at the same time you see her. And because you're stood there so quietly and at peace, she doesn't run. You can almost sense that that's her first reaction, and then she changes her mind and thinks she'll stop and wait. She looks at you, you look at her. She feels comfortable in your presence. So deer, they represent the gentle heart, especially the female. And also this alertness that they have. You can see how their skin is constantly almost like twitching in response to their environment. Very aware, like they have this full body awareness of what is around them. So ask this deer. Ask her if she has a message for you, which she'll send you telepathically. Or maybe she'll indicate something in some way. But trust the message you're receiving. So I'll leave you a few moments quiet to receive a message from deer. Okay. Keep coming back to your breath, coming back to this space, to where you are outside this old cottage, communicating with this deer. You may find now she just slowly, once she's finished, she'll slowly turns and starts to walk away. And thanking her. So you feel kind of drawn now to sort of walk down. There's this sort of little path, walk down the slope towards the field to get closer to the mist. Or something, you saw how the deer connected with the mist. Okay. That got your curiosity. As you come down, just feel that shift in temperature. So even though that is getting lighter, you know, the sun's coming up, the air feels colder. The air feels colder as that mist is rising up from the long grass in the field. So really connect into that feeling of that liminal space that the mist represents. You know, you may have heard of the will-o-wisp, which is like this kind of mist that travels through, usually through sort of bogs and marshes, which is this kind of liminal being. Okay. Or the fingers of Jack Frost. Okay. So start to become aware that there's this consciousness within this mist, within this liminal space that the mist represents, that there's this consciousness, there's this being. So start to connect with that cold, right? And it's like connecting with that cold, that drop in temperature, and start to realize that this is a sentient being as well. Okay. So And as you connect with that consciousness, maybe that mist will start to show you a form. So you start to stop, very often we're conditioned to pull back from the cold, right? As you get curious about that mist, the mist starts to get curious about you. And what form does the mist show herself or himself as? What does that being, that consciousness look like in the mist? So really connect in with that sense of the mist and what that coldness represents. What belief systems you have, and yet here you are meeting each other in curiosity. What gifts does this being bring you? Do they show themselves as say an old woman, or a young girl, or a young man, or perhaps it's more of a dragon, or a fairy, an elemental creature? Or a bird? Does it have wings, a tail? And how does your sense of feeling that temperature change as you have an interaction with this being? You kind of start to move around each other. Does a dance start to form? Or are you in stillness with each other? Is there a conversation, an exchange of communication in some form? Do other beings come? It's like I'm really sensing the owl is still present. It's like the crow is waking up, but the owl is having its last hunt before it goes to bed. What other beings are present? We know the deer is here in the trees. So continue with this communication, with this exchange. You know, what qualities does this mist bring? And what does that teach you about yourself? Remember, this is a felt experience from the heart. So just keep staying in your heart and don't try and don't engage in this with your sort of your linear thinking mind. Just allow the experience to unfold and to be what it is. So completing your communication in whatever way, whether that was through stillness and telepathy, felt experience in some way, the dance, visual experience, however you felt that, allow that communication to come to a close. And then thank the being, thank the mist being. Thank the mist being for their curiosity and for meeting your curiosity. Coming back to your breath. You may move away again, move away from the field, so going up that slope so that you have a view across the field. You may see or hear the owl or the crow. May become aware of the deer in the trees. See how the light has changed as the sun is getting closer to rising above the horizon, but not quite there yet. So the mist is still hanging in the fields, but it's rising higher, it's not as low. And taking a deep breath, notice how the air now feels warmer. Coming back to the breath in your body. Becoming aware of your body, of yourself in your body. It's like breathing yourself back into your body. Becoming aware of that breath to breath connection you have with Mother Earth. Becoming aware of the room that you're in, of the environment that you're in, of what you can hear, what the room temperature feels like where you're sitting or lying. Start to move your body. You may feel your clothes against your skin. Wriggle your feet, your hands. Sort of, you might want to roll your wrists and your ankles, roll your neck and your shoulders a bit. Just move your body. You may want to pat your body to bring yourself fully back into your body. Becoming aware, before you open your eyes, just becoming aware of your environment through your other senses. You may want to rub your hands together and put so that they're warm, and put them over your eyes so you can just allow yourself to just, with a soft focus, bring your vision back slowly, and looking down towards your body, towards your feet, depending on whether you're sitting or lying. Just taking some deep breaths, thanking everything that held this space. You may want to take a drink of water. Okay, so sit up if you're not sitting up already. Come back to sitting and coming back to your breath, coming back to your body. Okay, I'm going to close space. Okay. We thank the spirits of the north and the power of air. We thank you for coming and holding this space and keeping it sacred. I now close the gateways to the north. Thank you. I thank the spirits of the south and I thank the spirits of the east and the power of fire. I thank you for coming and holding this space and keeping it sacred. I now close the gateways, the doorways of the east. I thank the spirits of the south and the power of water. I thank you for coming and holding this space and keeping it sacred. I now close the gateways of the south. I thank the spirits of the west and the power of earth. I thank you for coming and holding this space and keeping it sacred. I now close the gateways of the west. And I thank the spirits of the above, the star nations, Father Sun, Father Sky. I thank you for coming and holding this space and keeping it sacred. I now close the gateways to the above. And I thank Mother Earth and the elemental kingdoms and those that are unseen. I thank the spirits of below, and I thank you for coming and holding this space and keeping it sacred. And now I thank the spirits of the center for holding the peace, stability, harmony. I thank you for coming. I thank our hearts who connect with the one heart. I thank you for holding this space and keeping it sacred. And I close the gateways to the center. We thank our guides and all of those who've supported us. We thank the grove of trees. We thank the deer, the mist beings. We thank you for coming and holding this space and keeping it sacred. This space is now closed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. So you may want to journal and take notes of your experience, of any communication you had with the deer and with the mist being, and your experience around that. And as you write that down, you may find other layers will start to reveal themselves about that experience that you've had. Okay, thank you for joining me in this short shamanic journey. Sending you much love from my heart to yours.